Okay, I had to hit the record button the minute I opened up this YSL limited edition 9-pan eyeshadow palette. It deserved a moment of its own, so that is why we are here today. And the packaging is stunning. It's your typical YSL faux leather with the YSL emblem, but the shades even more stunning. This alleges to have 9 shades of brown shadows. I don't know about you guys, but this looks black to me, but hey, you know, we'll go with it. We'll try it out. So today I am finally going to try this out. I did get it yesterday, and I want you to come along with me. So if you like luxury or a glint of glam, then stick around. You're gonna wanna know how this came out. Okay, let's get started. I'm also going to try the Lancôme new mascara they came out with that's supposed to keep the curl in your lash. So we'll see how this works. That's what the lady claims. That's what everyone is claiming. We shall see, because I have the straightest eyelashes ever. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I did swatch these real quick, and my swatches suck. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can say that, but my swatches are terrible. And this kind of shows you, let me show it to you in comparison with the eyeshadow. You know, the one color that I do find very, very beautiful is this one over here on the end. It's a copper, which happens to be this one right here. It's beautiful. This is just gorgeous. So I'm gonna wear this one on one eye, and then I'll do a different look on the other eye. So yeah, we'll just wait and see, and we'll go from there. I have high hopes for this. I do. Now this eyeshadow, I don't own any YSL eyeshadows. I never really, I bought one, and it was the one with the pink and the gray and the black, and with it's a mini Couture. I bought it when I first started my makeup, and it's okay. I like cool tones, but I love browns. So I'm gonna start out first on this side. I'm gonna start out with this brown down here. So, you know, this eyeshadow there's a mystery with this, I feel. And let me tell you why. Because I got an ad from Macy's, and that it was available if I wanted to purchase it. So obviously I jumped on it, $72. And you know, 9-pan, not bad, because we pay a lot more. Got a tad bit of a fallout. That's okay, because I don't have anything underneath. So anyway, so I purchased it from Macy's, and then it came in, and I had posted it on Melissa and I have a Facebook page called Besties and a Vanity. So I had posted it on there, and then I did have some people inquiring about it, and they couldn't find it. So I went into my link, my Macy's app link, you know, where it shows that you purchased, to get to the link. And when I pressed the link, it didn't take me back to the Macy's. What it did was it gave me an error, and it told me that page was no longer available. One of my cousins also stated that she went on the YSL website and she couldn't find it either. So I mean, I think it's weird. Even if it's a limited edition, wouldn't it still say out of stock? I don't know. Now, I did hear that they had sold it internationally. So this color is pretty. It's very light. It's a lot, well, it looks like this on the eye. So I'm just using a rougher 16. The majority, I'm hoping I can get a good look, because the majority of my brushes are being washed. I've been packing and getting everything ready for myself and for my daughter. She's not, but we are going on vacation. Monday, we are going to the Virgin Islands, and I'm so excited about that, because I just need some rest, you know? And we're going to the Virgin Islands. And the neat thing is that I also received yesterday in the mail my Etoile dupe, which is high toast, I think, from Amazon. And oh, it's a makeup bag, and I loved it. It was so pretty, and it came in. So I actually put a whole bunch of makeup in there just to test it out. And I'm not gonna wear that much makeup over there, because we're gonna be on the beach, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm excited. I'm always sad when I leave my sandal, but I'm excited to go on vacation. All right, so I'm gonna try this copper one, because this copper one is the one that I really, really liked. And why not, right? Let's look at it. Look at that. It's really pretty. And I want to put this down because here's something I noticed earlier when I was trying to play around with this, trying to swatch. These eyeshadows are very creamy. My nails kept getting into it and making a mess. So again, I'm not a YSL. I'm not familiar with their eyeshadows, but I can tell you that they're very creamy. They blend beautifully on. Easy to pick up. Not a lot of fallout yet. These colors can be very pretty. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful color. I'm going to put it all over my eye. It's kind of like, it's kind of like a satin maybe. And the color, this color I like. This could be a one and done. So I don't regret, and again, I haven't finished with it, but I don't regret buying this palette. And let me tell you why, because again, as I stated, I don't have a lot of YSLs. I only have one. And what I'm guessing is that these colors are colors that they incorporated in some of their mini coutures. So to get a palette, a 9-pan that has all the browns, because I do like brown, together, I think is worth it. It was, like I said, it was $72, but we shall see how it wears. So upon first impressions, I am liking this copper. I think that could definitely be a one and done. And let me deepen it up on the ends, and let me find a brush that may work, because as I stated, all my brushes are dirty. I washed them without even thinking that I wanted to film my first impressions. So my next color that I'm going to go into, so I went into this one as a transition, I went into this one, and I want to kind of deepen it up a little bit because I like a lot of depth. So I'm going to go into the darker one right here and kind of put it just right here on the corner. I mean, can you guys see that? I do see it. I do see that this one's a little bit darker on the side, and maybe because the copper's a little dark. I honestly don't see, I don't think there's a big contrast between the colors. Do you? I mean, the light one was light, this one is coppery, but now I'm putting this one on, and it, other than building it up and blending it and building it and blending it, I don't see that there's a big contrast difference. The colors kind of blend towards each other. Well, let's keep going. Now, I'm not going to do anything fancy because, again, I'm not a professional makeup artist and I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to play around a little bit with these and just see, just to try them out a little bit. Now, all right, so I used 3. I'm going to use this shimmer right here, this one, the first one. Sorry, I'm not very coordinated. I'm going to use this one for the middle. Let's see what it does. Okay. Again, it's pretty. You can see the gold in it. The goldish brown tan, honey looking. It's very pretty. It's not giving me a wow factor. And maybe shame on me because I feel like every eyeshadow that has a shimmer, I compare it to the Danessa Marks Duochrome, which isn't fair. And I also compare them to the Natasha Denona because she's got some pretty shimmers as well too. So this one is not really giving me a big wow factor, like, ooh, that's pretty. It's pretty, but it's very subtle. Again, I don't, those of you who are familiar with YSL, I don't know if that's a common trend. There's not, it's just, they're not very pigmented. The contrast is very similar unless you build it up some. I mean, it's a possibility. Now I'm gonna use a Rephr 23, and I'm going to pick up the lighter pink right here. And as you can see, look at the end. Look how creamy. I do like that they're creamy. They're not dry. You just have to be careful with them. I mean, I like to keep pretty palettes intact. I honestly don't see anything. Maybe it's for the person that likes their makeup to be subtle, and so I don't want to go out and look like a clown, but I also want to see the color on me. It's pretty though. Let's just keep going. Let me get my blending brush and kind of get rid of these harsh lines. And at the end, I'll put some more in the corner. Okay, there is some fallout with the shimmers, but that's okay. I don't see a lot of fallout with anything else. I don't know if you can see that. All right, well, let's do the other side. All right, so I'm gonna clean off my brush. Again, I'm gonna use the Rougher 16, which is a big fluffy brush. And, sorry, Sandal had tripped over something. All right, now I'm gonna go, and I think I'm gonna use for this side, I'm gonna use the middle color, the middle brown right here as my transition shade. There's a lot of fallout when you go like this, but when you put it on the eye, there's not a whole lot of fallout. Okay, this color is pretty. This color is pretty. I can actually see the color. So I do like this. I like it better than the copper. The copper is pretty, but I feel like this color is showing up better for me. And we'll clean up all this. So while I'm putting this on, you know, we're going in June. You know, Sandal, typically I can't take her anywhere, like, because she doesn't fly. She's not going to go on a boat, like a small boat. You know, places where we're hiking a lot. It's just kind of hard, you know. She gets tired. She walks super slow. But in June, we're going on a 7-day cruise. And she's coming with me because a cruise, we're porting out of Galveston, so it's really easy. There's not a lot of stairs. And a cruise is like a hotel. So we're going again as a family, all of us. And I had reached out to the accessible team, the special needs team, to request an accessible room, and they granted me that, which I was so happy because my only fear, okay, so I'm on that one. I'm gonna go into this one, the darker one. This is a Victoria Beckham. It doesn't have a number. So my only fear was the bathroom because, you know, on a cruise, the bathroom has a step, and I need a bigger bathroom for her. And so I requested an accessible room. I don't know how much bigger they are, and they granted it. So then I had called to pay the balance of my cruise, and I had asked the guy that when I buy my drink package, was I going to have to buy, that I didn't feel like I needed to buy one for Sandal because she only drinks water out of a certain sippy cup. And he said, well, when you get ready to order the package, and again, the cruise isn't until mid-June, and when you get ready to order the package, call us back, because the call center, because they're going to give you a hard time. And I was like, okay. So the next day I called to order it because I saw that there was a special, and I don't know who I got. Obviously it's a call center. Okay, I think I'm having a hard time adding depth. Again, they're pretty colors. I just don't know if they're very pigmented to add that contrast. I mean, the contrast is almost the same. And a lot of times when you make it darker, you can actually create a deeper contrast. And I guess if I worked at it. What do you think? Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's more smooth on this end. So after arguing with the guy, when he kept telling me no, that I couldn't, if I bought a drink package, I had to buy her a drink package. And I kept arguing with him, debating, not arguing, that she was special needs, drinks only water out of a certain sippy cup that you can't even buy anymore. And she wasn't going to drink sodas and whatever, or alcohol either. And I demanded that I speak to somebody higher than him. So he sent me to the lady that got on the phone. I think she called herself the resolution lady. Okay, I'm gonna actually put a little bit of black on this side, and I'll probably do a little bit on this side too. Or YSL claims it's brown, but I'm gonna use my Victoria Beckham angled brush, and looks black to me, but it's a dull black. This is a dull black. It's not, again, I don't know, is that normal with YSL? I'm gonna put it here. I kept getting fallout. I don't know where I'm getting it from. Maybe it's here. Put my hand over here. It's not giving me that wow factor, which is kind of odd. I would expect more from YSL. I like it, it's pretty, but if it comes back out, based on just the little bit I've done so far, I would wait if you really wanted this palette, because it has, I have a feeling that these colors, and I haven't looked, I did see the color that I have, the black one, is missing on my other one, but it's the same black. I would imagine that they just took some colors from some of the other palettes, miniature coutures, or maybe, you know, and they added a big 9-pound. But I would, if you really, really wanted this, because it is convenient to have this all in here and you're only paying for one palette, I would wait till it came out on sale, because there's nothing really wowing me. The eyeshadow is very creamy. It's very luxe, you can tell. Soft, easy to blend. I need a little bit more contrast between my browns, because where are you going to put a whole bunch of browns in a palette that all look the same? On camera you can see a little bit of the contrast, but in person I can't. But that's okay. Let's keep going. Let me finish telling you my story. So the lady gets on the phone. Okay, now I'm gonna build it up a little bit more. I'm gonna take my little Makeup by Mario brush and kind of just blend it out, because to soften up the harsh lines. So the lady kept talking, and the lady kept telling me, all she kept saying was, it's policy, it's policy. Nope, we can't sway from the policy. Now, I'm in a profession where I know policies, and I know to be consistent and yada yada. I mean, that's my profession too, right? I mean, I'm not a resolution lady, but I know all that. However, I think what she could have done, and I think what was making me mad, is right away it was no, you can't talk to anybody, because it doesn't really matter if I let you talk to somebody higher. The policy is the policy. You buy a drink package, she has to buy a drink package. And I said, well, can I at least buy her the smaller package? I'm gonna go in with the middle one right here. Can I buy her just the one with no alcohol? And she said, yeah, but you're gonna have to get that one too. And she said, your other option would be buying your drinks a la carte on ship. Just don't get a package. And I'm like, they're expensive when you get on the ship. Everyone knows that everything on the ship is expensive, so that's why they offer these packages before. And I told her, I said, I'm not going to do that. Plus, it's a nightmare. It is a nightmare to buy anything, and then when you get off the ship, they hold your funds with whatever, you know. I usually just use my debit card, and when I get off the ship, they hold, regardless of what I bought, my funds for like 2 weeks. They don't release them. And so I told her I'm not going to do that. All right, so this is pretty. This is beautiful. This one is a little obviously lighter with a little bit more pink, and this one's a little bit more gold tone. But if you're looking at me from afar, you would not be able to tell the difference, I don't think, at all. I just don't understand YSL. All right, I'm gonna go back in. Let me go back to this one and see if I can add a little bit more up here, just to give it a little bit contrast. it's easy to put on, it's pretty, and like I said, I'm not a professional makeup artist, so I'm sure there's a way to make these look more different, but I feel like I'm just making a muddy mess. I feel like everything is muddy. I don't know why. I mean, it's beautiful. I just feel like I'm making a mess. Is it anyway? So let me finish my story, and then we'll go back to the palette. So she kept saying, and she was very professional. She wasn't being rude, other than the fact that she was being very stern and telling me. I kept saying, I demand to talk to somebody higher than you. There's got to be somebody higher. I'm not going to buy a package that's a waste of my money. Let me do, you know, XYZ. No, 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 no. And then she says, well, the package comes with water and specialty drinks, but if she only drinks water, that comes with water. And I said, she's not going to drink $500 worth of water. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I'm going to do the corner with this one. So, and I'm going to use a flatter brush to see if it does anything, because this one, as you can see, is gone. So what I did was I ended up emailing the special needs people again, requesting an accommodation. And I was talking to people at work, our legal team, just to get their opinion. And it's not their expertise, right? But I asked him if he thought that was a reasonable accommodation, because he's an employment lawyer, and he said, he said, you know, these ships are international. They go out into international water, so they really don't. Not that they don't care about the ADA. They don't have to follow the rules, right, of the ADA, is what I believe he told me. And he said, so they don't have to allow it. Your best bet is to go on social media and blow up social media, because all companies, you know, they read the reviews and the negativity. And I had already heard that, and I had already done that. And that is not me. I don't like to do things like that on social media. But you know what? When I want to stand my case, now I'm going back in with the black just to kind of add a little bit. Okay, now that's pretty. Now that worked. Okay, that is real pretty. I'm going to come over here. And I'm going really close to the lash line. That's dark. That actually did make it darker, and it made contrasted the eye, kind of like let the eye go out. So I wrote my thing on social media, and I copied the Americans with Disability, MSC, and I had people share it for me. And then I went online and found groups that were on Facebook that were like moms of special needs. So I copied that. I became a part of their group. They're probably thinking, who's this lady? I became a part of that. And then I also copied the autism. Even though Sandal's not autistic, it's a very big, strong advocate group for autistic people, children, whatever. And in the meantime, I get the email back from the special needs MSC people. And no, they're not budging. And then I have an acquaintance who's a travel agent, and she actually books for cruises, and she said that she advocates, and Royal Caribbean and Carnival actually let up. And even those that will say that I'm a recovering alcoholic, I don't want, you know, my wife wants the drink package, or vice versa, whatever. It's the drink packages per cabin. And she said, you know, that's what we do. They should allow it. And I don't know. I'm thinking that MSC is newer, because I mean, we decided to go on MSC because it's neat. It looks fun, but the special needs team said no. It was policy, and they needed to be consistent with the onboarding process. Yada yada, just some legal or HR type of thing, standard response. And I said, no, I think it's wrong. I think you're discriminating against my daughter's disability because she cannot drink anything other than water. And now I'm having to spend or waste $500 on a package that is not going to be used. Your MSC, it's not going to make or break you, but it could cause a financial burden on me. And I was very upset. I mean, I cannot believe it. So I don't know. Somebody told me to wait till we go in person and they actually see her. I mean, I can understand where people do take advantage of it, and they did mention that. And sorry, I have this right here where I don't have any makeup and I had to. So I can understand where they may think that. All right, so these are the looks I'm gonna give. And do I regret paying for the package or for buying this? I do not regret buying this because I think it's pretty. Is it something I'm gonna use? I'm probably gonna use it just like I do on any other of my eyeshadows. I rotate them, I do use everything that I buy. Maybe there's a few that I buy that I don't use. Do I like it? Is it worth it? It's worth $72, I guess, because you do have a bunch of palettes. What's not worth it is that I don't find contrast in the browns. They look different and the color pigmentation looks different, or the undertones, but once you put them on, unless you really, really work at it, I don't see a difference in it. So somebody tell me if that's YSL. So on to the mascara. So I am going to curl my eyelashes off camera and I'll be right back. And I'm back. I did curl my eyelashes with my Refer 20 and I prefer the 18, but I have it packed. So nothing stays curled. So a lot of people like to try these out without curling their eyelashes. Trust me, it's not going to make a difference. But this is actually really interesting because if you look at this brush, it's kind of like spirals. And I'm not kind of like a swirl, like a spiral. So I'm sure there's a certain way that you need to do it. I have not looked at any of the tutorials other than I've heard about this. But there's got to be, because it's like a swirl. And wet mascara, or brand new mascaras are so wet. I always get them smudged. And I honestly don't know what the best way is to put mascara, but I'm always looking for that mascara that's going to keep the curl because my eyelashes are terrible. I probably do need to just go get a lift. I don't even know if that would work. I mean, if you see Melissa, my friend Melissa, who's the other half of the Besties and Vanity, her eyelashes are boom. The mascara itself is pretty. Lancôme actually makes, I think, very pretty color mascara. I like the dramaticness of the color. The lash, I mean, the curl stain, we'll see. I mean, only time will tell. This one, see, the curl has already come down. So I'm going to go back in. I'm going to start with the hump. And blink. Maybe that works. Oh. All right, that's okay. Maybe the curling, but see, if I curl it, I keep getting it all over my eye because it's so wet. I like it better somewhat dry. Okay, it's got some curl to it. Okay. I mean, that's one thing that I wish I had beautiful eyelashes. And I'm not one to put fake eyelashes on either. I don't know how. I would love to, but I don't know how. And I don't have the time or the patience. Okay. I think that's the coat I'm gonna get. So I am going to clean up under my eyes and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I actually put a little bit of my Kofi concealer underneath my eyes, brightened it up a little bit. So first thoughts, so back to the boat story. I'll have to keep you guys posted because I have a feeling I'm gonna end up having to buy 2 drink packages. It is what it is, right? All right, so final thoughts. Beautiful palette, stunning packaging, beautiful colors when you open it up. When I put it on my eyes, I do not get that wow factor. Now, maybe it's because I'm expecting a Danessa Myricks type of wow factor. I don't know, right? I'm not familiar with the YSL. I don't buy their eyeshadows. There's other eyeshadows I like better, the Guerlain, the Clé de Peau, Tom Ford. I'm not a big deal. I love Dior, and I have a lot of their eyeshadow palettes, but I'm not a big fan. So, do I regret buying this? I don't regret buying this because at least I have the browns and now I know. If I were you, if it comes back, wait till it's on sale. So I don't want to say it's a 1,000% loss, but I just don't feel that the colors have a lot of contrast amongst each other. So they all look the same to me, even the gold. If I go to the grocery store, nobody's going to know that I have two shimmers different. The one I put inside on my corner, can't even see it. So I don't know. You'll to each their own, right? Now, I love the packaging of this. So far, I do like these. I have to wear this a lot longer to give you my final thoughts on whether or not I like this or it keeps the curls. So stay tuned for that. You know, that'll come later. I'm probably going to take this with me to the Virgin Islands to continue to try it out and figure out how to use that cute little spiral brush. So thank you guys so much for joining me, for allowing me to give you my first thoughts on my first wear of this and this. And hopefully you like what you saw. And like I said, if you like luxury and a hint of glam, please join us at Besties and a Vanity. Join Melissa and I. Thank you.